So, welcome to today's 7 days of rest, day 2, Rivers of Life. I find it a very interesting topic because what is rivers of life really? If we look into nature, there are many rivers, and all rivers find their own way and path where they want to flow through and where they want to be at. And sometimes they're filled and full of abundance, and sometimes they're dry or they carry less water. And if mankind doesn't interrupt, it doesn't always flow the same way. So why do I say that? I would like to just for you to remember we're all unique, just like every river is unique. And would a river ever question its uniqueness? But how often do we question our uniqueness? When we're younger, maybe almost every day, or when we are coming into the teens. And depending on what our soul has brought into this life, I think the questioning of our uniqueness keeps rattling on and on and on and on until we start to realize that we are who we are and we are here to live who we are. And we're traveling further and further and further into really the revealing of the crusts that we have built up over the last thousands and thousands of years. I would even say like millions of years. Some of us have very old souls, and these souls have kept coming back. And maybe that sounds familiar to you. Maybe you feel spoken to when you hear that you would like to knock on these crusts to reveal your true I am. I feel called to make this bridge from the rivers to the water within. And I would also like to bring the colors of the new into this journey that we are going to take. So before we really dive into this journey, I would like to invite you to open your mics if you would like to add something to what I just said, or if you have a question. And after that, we're going into a journey. I recommend for you to wear headphones as we go into the journey, because I will again include sound, and also have water with you.
I'll just share that water has always been a passion of mine. I love water. Water is my essence, and I believe that water is an energetic communicator. I had that interest and passion a very long time ago, and I've done some work in the field of understanding water as an energetic communicator. And I believe, like water, we have so much yet to understand about the true nature and function and higher dimensional properties of water. And that's one of my, I feel that's part of my soul mission, is to help to bring in that awareness, help to understand water at that deeper and higher dimensional level. And I believe like all of water is a communication network, the ocean and the rivers and all of the bodies of water are like communication networks. and carrying so much energy, so much information. So I just wanted to share that.
So before we start, Janine, did you want to say something? Your mic is open, so I'm not sure if you want to say something.
Oh, sorry. No.
No, that's fine. Just in case you wanted to say something. All right. I would like to share something first. Water has a soul. Water is alive. And water is very connected to crystals. And I would like to share just one thing before we start. Here we are. So this, just to show you what the beauty of water is. This crystal unfolded when the water saw the remembrance sign. I will show you the remembrance sign in a second. And through that, there is so much transported, the glory of water and the connection from water and crystals. So the water is full of crystals. And that's why water can store information. And it's just, that you see the beauty that can be created through the fact how we treat water. And if we are aware of the fact that we are full of water, like 80-90% of our body is water, and within our body there is, like in the cells everywhere, there is water. So if we have that awareness, we can really co-create with the water within us. And let us be aware that it's always a cycle. It's always a cycle. Well, and I think we have a responsibility of what we are giving back into the cycle. It's a huge responsibility. So it's of course, for all life. But at the end, also what comes back to us, and what do you want to give into the cycle? What do you want to give every single living being on this planet? And also, what kind of difference does it make for us, for our inner rivers of life? I mean, there is a huge amount of rivers within us. So what do you want to have within you? And when we know that water stores information, it doesn't only store it and pass it on. It's also what you give yourself, what you give yourselves. So and through what you're giving to yourselves makes a difference on how you are impacted, or how your being, your radiation, your glory, your beauty is impacted by what kind of information we give the water within us. So there was a question. Could you please, I think it's an important one, and who asked it?
I don't know if she may or can speak up. It's from Ursula. What do you want to
Yes,
store?
sorry.
Sorry.
I'm trying to unmute here and it wasn't quite getting there. Sorry about that. The question was really, I think we sort of thought of it at the same time. What do you want to store in your inner waters within your body? And I thought it was wonderful when you spoke about the crystalline formations, because it holds energy, doesn't it? And it holds messages.
Exactly.
And isn't it true that our body is full of blood that holds the print of everything we do and everything we think and feel somehow gets transported all around the body within the blood, so talking about being pristine, or as much as one can be, with one's thoughts and feelings that are for life and not against life. I think
Exactly.
that's what I've come to.
Yes, and the water within our body is everywhere, not just in the blood. It's everywhere, in the cells, everywhere. And yes, I've written a book called, we're just finishing to translate it into English, thanks to Kathy and Hawaii. Or Hawaii is translating it and Kathy is supporting us, so we have the grammar and everything right, the expressions. It's called Hermine Receives Global Messages. And in there is a huge topic about how do we speak, how do we think. And it's very important that we stop using words like no or something or all these negations, because it's not really doing good to our fluid. But we can, one thing is you can inform your water with the remembrance sign, for example. That's the remembrance sign, and it's good when you memorize it just a little bit, because I will use it in the journey. So if you inform your water with the remembrance sign, you just saw a crystal, how it is, how the water gets restructured. That was one example, but I was so touched when that image came back, and even the guy who did it, he was so touched. And but like, for example, you're in a process of something and there is an herb or a flower that wants to accompany you, then you may inform your water with that flower, and you put that flower next to the water. You don't even need to put it in the water, put it next to the water, and the water will take up its message. I was just talking about, or to the guy who does these crystal images, and he does it since like 25 or 30 years now, and he says, for sure, water has memory, and water, he said, quote, the water knows everything. The water knows everything. And I loved it when he said that, and he said it like with such a strong voice, and he was so convinced that it touched my heart deeply when he said that. So let us be aware of that because water does know everything. It's very connected to source, to Great Spirit, and it's a source in itself. So what we're going to do today is restructure the water within us, because that's the first step, right? So are you ready for this journey? Good. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So one other thing, if I never know what's coming, because we're going to do a journey. I never know what's coming, but it can be that I'm talking about my knife or holding up my knife. So this is my knife. Just that you have seen it once, or if you can connect to the knife, then just let it be as it is. So yeah, if you're all ready, then we start journeying. I wish you a nice journey.
May I just ask, what does the knife mean to you?
This is, I made it myself and I designed it also. It's my Lemurian High Priestess knife. And if it comes into play today or whenever you're alone, you will feel its essence. Its radiance is very loving and very lightful, and you will experience it. It will probably come in today. So I wish you an inspiring journey. So before we start, we get ourselves ready, maybe take another sip of water. And then we sit up straight. Maybe we have our legs crossed. Or in a half lotus, or we sit on a chair with our feet on the ground, maybe about a foot or a little less than a foot apart. Our spine is a cord of pearls, so we put one pearl on top of the other. And remember, the spine goes all the way up into the spine. We pull up our shoulders and we roll them to the back so our chest is open. Our heart is open. And then we take over control of our breath and we inhale and exhale double as long as we inhale. So we may count on 2 as we inhale and count on 4 or more as we exhale. And we bring our breath into our tummy, and with every exhale we ground ourselves a little more. We arrive within. Then we let the water take its own rhythm again. And remember, the water within. We connect to the rivers within our body. Maybe go and explore, where are there rivers within me? We let these rivers take their own flow as we gather around a crystal in our middle. As we gather around that crystal, we invite all souls to be along who don't know about us and would be along if they knew, or anyone that feels called to be here in this very moment. This can also be animals or plants, and they do come in. There are trees. Some trees are here as the placeholder for their whole families around the globe. They're like the wisdom keepers of their gender, if we want to call it that way. There are whales here, sharks, deer, powerful birds. I forgot the word in English, but there is, he wants to be named papagayo. And mice are here. Interesting. I only talk about the ones who really like push forward. They want to be named and acknowledged. And many human souls are joining in, so our circle is really growing largely. It keeps on growing as we proceed. The crystal in our middle is brightly shining in a slight aquamarine. It's quite high, about 18 to 20 meters, which is about 50 to 60 feet in height. And there are a few crystals, little ones, that gather around the big one. You're invited to go into connection with that crystal and just be. I, Lemurian High Priestess White Feather, am called to enter the crystal. I am holding up my knife and pointed up through the tip of the crystal, and the light beam is going into the universe. I'm pointing down my knife to the earth, and the light beam is going to the heart of planet Gaia. And I'm turning around the circle, and the light beams, many light beams, are going around Mother Earth. Before you, before every single soul in the circle, including animals and plants, there is a remembrance sign. And every single soul in this circle is invited to go into resonance or into presence with the remembrance sign. The remembrance sign can be in the size of your wish, but it can very well be in the size of your own self. You may experience what it has ready for you today, just for you, and as much as is right for you in this very moment. From the crystal, from the shining, brightly shining crystal, there is a light beam going through the remembrance sign, coming to you, reaching your heart or any other part of your body. That may be your third eye, that may be your throat chakra or your solar plexus, or any other part the light beam would like to go to. It could also be that it's several parts on your body that would like to receive that light beam going through the remembrance sign. As this is taking place, you are already receiving a restructuring of the water within you. A remembrance of your soul is being awakened and splashed into the waters of your being. The remembrance sign is now going to be behind your back if you wish, and you may just feel its presence. It's holding the space for you, and of course is still in interaction with you. Now the bright shining light unveils its beauty with the new colors, with the colors of the new. You're invited to explore or just let it come to you. The beautiful pastelic colors of the new. They're very, very light. Its energy also comes along. It's crystalline energy. Very fine, very gentle colors. Whatever would like to unveil to you in where you are in this very moment. As these colors, maybe even in form of a crystalline dust or in a foggy kind of way, or in a wheel actually, it'll come closer and closer to you, and it's going through your skin into your body, reaching every single water droplet within you. Enlightening all your cells. Enlightening all your organs. Everything that makes you. As this is happening, we are now telling all the crystals within our water that are splashing in right now, we're telling them, transform everything that may be transformed right now. You're well advised not to name anything because the source knows way more than you do. Just let it happen for you, just with the remembrance sign exactly the same. It's happening for you. All you may do is just open yourself, open your heart, and let yourself be like a sponge, which is ready, like a dry sponge, which is ready to receive water, liquid. And as this is happening, you probably start to realize that you feel lighter and lighter, maybe even brighter and brighter. The radiance coming from the crystal keeps coming to you. Maybe there are moments where you would like to let go. Consciously let something run out of you. So let it run. Let it go. It's possible that you're sweating in this very moment. Or anything else. It can just be in the vision. And as it leaves you, new comes from the crystal, supported by the remembrance sign behind you. Transforming whatever would like to be transformed, whatever may be transformed in this very moment. Your whole energy field is included in this transformation. It's very important that you keep knowing that the crystals within you hold that transformational process up as long as you are in this process. We are now sending this beautiful energy around the globe. If it's okay for you, you may participate. If you would like to just remain receiving and transforming, that's fine. Whoever would like to send it around the globe from the crystal, send these new colors and this energy, this transforming crystalline energy around the globe into planet Gaia. And as crystalline dust into space, into our solar system and beyond. Every single being on this planet who is ready to receive may receive now. And so it is. And so it is. It is done. You're invited to stay within this energy for a few moments longer as I make some sound. We take a few deep breaths, bringing awareness back into our physical body. Move our feet and hands. Whenever we're ready, we open up our eyes again. Take your time. We will have a little exchange now after we stop the recording. Thank you very much for traveling along. What a beautiful circle. Thank you so, so much. Thank you. Thank you for being you. And thank you for walking on your path. Thank you so much. So one thing I would like to add, drink a lot of water now, preferably informed with the Remembrance sign. I suggest for you to drink a lot of water over the next 3 days so it can really splash out and the transformation can settle in within you. What else did I say? Yeah, drink a lot of water and know that it has happened. Trust it. Trust that the transformation is taking place within you now and the restructured water is here and you can keep reconnecting to what we've just done at any time of your life. Thank you so much and see you again soon. Thank you.